Okay, welcome everyone to Back to Basics Growth. I'm so glad that you are here this evening, and so thank you for taking out time. It's actually time for you, so you need to thank yourself for making the time for actually being on this call, which is fantastic. So a couple of things prior to departure on this. Just if you can make sure that you are muted. Let me just mute you, Al, so that I don't have to keep muting everybody, but I think most of you are muted, so that's great. Fantastic. I am recording this. I'll put the recording out on the groups in the morning as soon as it comes through. And I've got a little PowerPoint today. So I've done it in very chilled handwriting just to make it fun. But for those of you who have not been on my call before, on a Thursday evening, we run Back to Basics Growth for anyone. So whether you want to bring any of you, we do it for the team members, but anyone on the outside or any friends, anyone that you actually want to land up being on this session, you are so welcome to send the link to them, because personal growth and personal development should be open to and received by anybody, not just a closed group of people. So it is an invitation from me completely to your, to absolutely invite anyone that you want to. Sorry, Hanla, I'm just trying to unmute or mute you. There we go, Judy, hi there. Okay, so what I want to cover this evening, and I'm going to, the more you guys get to know me, you realize I don't do things by the book at all. My entire life has not been by the book. And I've been on a journey which I really like to share with you, that would, I believe, will help and will hopefully help you with your personal development. There are so many books out there, and so many, we spoke about this on previous sessions, so many books that have been out there that people put them, they call them, on books sitting on your shelf, that people don't actually even read when it comes to personal development. With regards to the business that we're all involved in, for those of you who are involved in our Team Hugeness and with Carrot Bars, with network marketing, any business, whether it be a networking business, whether it be a corporate business, whether it be your own business, whether it be you've got you're self-employed, it doesn't matter what you are doing. If you don't yourself grow from the inside, you are not going to succeed in any business. Not saying that you're not going to succeed, but you're not going to actually succeed to your full potential. So my journey, if for some of you may be wondering, well, who am I to actually speak to you and to tell you my story, is, for those of you who don't know, my name is Susie Jenkins. I live in Cape Town. I'm a mother of two beautiful boys. Ross is 21 and Dean he'll be 20 next month. And I've gone through a journey, like most people. You have gone through relationships, gone through a marriage that didn't work out. And a few years ago, I landed up actually getting divorced. And it was then that I realized that I was stuck in a hole, and that my own story was one of, I really was a bit of a mess. So how many of you have actually been in your lives at a state, or you maybe now, that have been, you're just stuck, completely stuck? So the last 8 years have been a massive personal development journey for me. And I have tried books, I've been to seminars, I have been on courses online, I have done so much stuff to try and find my niche, just to try and find what would work with me. But the moment I realized personal development is not an overnight thing, and that I didn't have to beat myself up about it, that I wasn't actually getting results within 24 hours of reading a book, when I could actually look at this from an objective point of view and say, it's a journey. And it sounds so cliched, but it really is a journey. It's something that you have to fit into and grow into. Just like when we are born, we obviously a baby, but we become a toddler, we learn to crawl, then we learn to walk, then we learn to run. I remember when learning how to swim, being thrown into the pool, and then you learn to swim. There was a broomstick that was thrown to me as well that I could hang on to, thank goodness. But I learned to swim, and then I learned to jump off the edge, and then I learned to jump off a diving board. And then I learned, so you think of all the things that you've learned as you've grown up, you being a little girl, then being an older girl, being a teenager, becoming a young woman, getting married, learning how to be a wife, learning how to be a mother. And all of these things happen along the journey that we have in our lives. So 8 years ago, when I did get divorced, I found myself on a really massive personal development course for myself, trying to figure out how I now fitted in as a woman with 2 children in society, trying to figure out my career, trying to figure out all sorts of things. And there might be a lot of you, or the odd one of you, that is in that place now. And the theme of this evening that I have picked, and which I've realized is such a valuable thing before you even venture into anything business-wise or what have you, is you've got to have a good reason yourself why you want to succeed, why you want a better life, why you want better relationships, money in the bank, why you want to travel, why you want to do absolutely anything in your life has to start. You've got to have that reason. You've got to have that why. Bridget says, yeah, the best book ever, where are you here? The Man Who Sold His Ferrari. I haven't actually read it, you know that. But I believe it is absolutely fantastic. And I saw it the other day at Exclusive Books. And you know what? I think it's actually time to go and buy that book. So it's something that's been thrown at me. So yes, I love Audible books. So for those of you who drive in a car and sit in traffic, switch your radios off, start listening to make it your classroom, your personal development classroom. So over the past couple of years, especially, I found a way that completely resonated with me. How many of us, and I know in my story, I went back and unpacked all my drama and sadness and everything that had gone down in my life. I've unpacked, I've analyzed, I've been searching for something more on this planet. Like, why am I here? Am I really just here, 9-to-5 job, 9-to-5 money, 9-to-5 bills, saying no to my kids for things, not being able to go on trips, not being able to do all the fabulous things that people do as families, because I was so restricted financially and probably also very much restricted emotionally. And all that dissecting, I believe, totally believe that it has brought me to the point where I am in my life now and what has gone down in the last year in my life. So at the beginning of this year, I basically had got to a point in my personal development where I realized that I had started writing a new story, and I literally reset my life. And there were so many people around me that in the old story that were stuck just as I was stuck, completely and totally stuck in your old story. Now my stuck, and I won't harp on it too much because I don't bring it into my story now. My stuck basically was financially, emotionally. I was hardly even leaving my home. I was working online. I had become a complete hermit. I had no ambition. I had no drive. I was not dreaming. I had no reason to succeed in the business that I was venturing into because I had no purpose. And it was, and I don't know how many of you feel like that, where you just, same day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back to Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back to Monday. Same week, same story, goes on month after month after month. It's just a rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind, play. And we get stuck in our old stories. We get stuck in our old way of belief systems, of habits, and what have you. And finally, I had had enough. I literally had had enough. And I decided that was it. I was out of here. It was not going to work for me. I just wrote some notes here for you. It was not going to work for me. And I realized I needed to get my act together in a new story and find my why, find my purpose. Why was I here? Why did I want to build a successful business? Why did I want to have a successful life? Why did I want successful relationships? Why did I want to do something totally different as opposed to my old story? So why do you need to dream? Why would you want to dream? Why would you want a purpose? And not having a purpose and not having a goal and not having a why, not having a dream, same thing. Let's just turn it around now. Okay, having a dream, having a why, having a purpose, having a reason why you want to wake up every day and actually get up going, puts so much excitement in you and puts so much purpose. You are driven by purpose, but you can't just arrive there. I was in such a place of being stuck, of having no direction whatsoever, and the same stagnant pool of stuck. And I wanted this feeling of excitement. I wanted this feeling of purpose. I was watching people all around me being successful, and I was thinking, what am I doing? Why have I got no drive in me? Why am I panicking? Why am I scared to do what they're all doing? And I took one look at this, and when I started really delving into and finding out exactly what made me tick, I came across a really special recipe, and I'm going to really keep it completely simple for you guys, because this whole dissection of past emotions and past traumas and everything actually does not need to happen in its huge, sad state for you to shift your life right now, after this call, even during this call. And I so believe in what I have found and what I am doing and what I'm applying to my life is the shortcut to finding your happy and to finding your reason, to finding your purpose. And there are a lot of you that know me on this call. I can't keep my mouth shut at the moment about it, because I do believe that you can do this too, and that anybody can do this, and that you can share it with your families and friends if need be and when need be. But the most important person on this phone call right now is you. And you are here, and this whole reset and this whole finding the dream is all about you and only you. So you have tonight to completely and totally commit to this formula, this way, this story, however I'm telling it, purely for you, because you've arrived on this call realizing, or perhaps you've got your ducks in a row, that's fantastic, is realizing that something is missing. And when I realized that, and when I suddenly found that, I thought, okay, fine, this is so cool. I'm so going to work on this. And guys, it is so simple, but it is so difficult to figure out, to work on something so simple. You know, all the psychologists will say, you've got to do this, this, this. You've got to unpack all the old stuff in order to move forward. Well, I completely and totally and utterly disagree. Okay. The unpacking of stuff comes along the journey when you are in a better place to be able to analyze it and look at it objectively with less emotion than the hole that you are stuck in now. So how do we get you out of this hole? Well, first of all, I'm actually going to, I want to share my screen. Okay. Because I've done a couple of slides. There's my first one. Great one. Hey. Okay, so how do we actually dream huge when we are completely stuck in a rut? And why are our dreams not manifesting? Why have you actually stopped dreaming? And how many of you on this call have stopped dreaming? Because you believe, when I was a kid, I dreamt that I wanted a Ferrari. When I was a kid, I dreamt that I wanted to go to the moon. When I was a kid, I dreamt that I, had a unicorn in the backyard. When I was a kid, I dreamt that I wanted to travel the world. When I was a kid, I had all these big dreams. And so did you. We all dreamt completely huge when we were children. We had nobody telling us that we couldn't not dream. Okay. So in order to activate your dream, you've got some homework to do. You've got some cleaning up shop to do of your own feelings. You've got some cleaning up shop to do of what is going on around your life and what is going around your circumstances. Okay. And the reason why a lot of dreams, I know in my story, why I stopped, I was like that hose that was twisted and that water was not going through. I stopped my own dreams because, first of all, I didn't believe that they were going to manifest. I mean, why on earth? I really do want to go to space, by the way. It doesn't have to be the moon, but I do want to go to space. And when you start telling people as an adult you want to go to space, they say, oh my God, you got your head in the clouds. Are you insane? No, I dream huge. I dream so huge that it's insane. I want to travel the world. I want to do all sorts of things. I want to do all sorts of crazy things. But I stopped dreaming because I didn't believe that I could achieve the financial goal or the means to be able to do what I wanted to do. And this whole self-chatter that goes on in your head of, I've got no time, I've got no money, I've got no direction. I became a complete victim of my own story and I was the only one talking to me saying I couldn't possibly do it. Now, I never told my children to stop dreaming. So why was I telling myself that I was not worthy of these dreams? So the whole story then was I had to really dig deep and think, okay, fine. So why am I holding myself back? And you can go into all the limiting beliefs that I had for myself. Was a whole book, which is never going to be written because it's over now. Okay. And what I did, let me just change this slide, kind of figure out how to do these two together. Okay. Okay, is that I realized the only way that I'm going to activate this and what I had learned was I had to take a good hard look at myself in the mirror. I really did. I had to check right now what my story was doing, where I was in my life. So tonight I want you guys in this exact, where you're sitting now, is give yourself between 0 and 10. In your state of personal what you are feeling right now in your happy state. Are you a 1? Are you a 2? Are you a 3, 4, 5? Are you an 8, 9, 10? What are you? Are you in your bliss? Are you doing absolutely? Are you receiving every single thing in your life that you want to receive? How are you feeling now? How happy are you right now? Because the old story, my old story, and most of society's old story, is anything from this moment on to exactly 1 second ago, to 10 seconds ago, to yesterday, to last week, to last month, to last year, and to all the years before, is the story that has brought us exactly where we are in this precise moment. So what is your life looking like right now? Because you've written that story. And the reason why I say that is because the old stories and the stories when we reflect on our lives are composed of every single thing that goes on with regards to your energy field. And I say that because I'm sure you'll agree with me, and I'm sure you all know there is absolute physics out there. There is science, there's everything. Everything is energy. We create a frequency from our own bodies, which is compacted energy, and this frequency is either a negative or a positive. Okay, and in human terms, we actually give off a frequency, and in human terms, we're either happy or we are sad. And when something, I'm going to find the slide now. Really got the wrong way around. This whole thing is upside down. Okay, this is the one I want. Okay, how's my artwork? I had to do it like this because I have to put some sense of humor in this so we can actually get some smiles on faces. So the old story was my old frequency. It was the old story that in the chit-chatter in my mind, the disbelief, the stuck in, I don't have enough money, the don'ts, I can't, I won't, I shouldn't, I couldn't, I didn't. I wrote my story right up to the moment I looked at my finances, I looked at my relationships. Everything was stuck in a frequency of negativity, of not even negativity, of just below 5. Okay, I was just existing on a frequency of, I wasn't very happy, I must admit. And I was really honest with myself when, like, you know, check your happy monitor, check your happy frequency. And my old story, because I was always talking about, no, there's nothing worse than a woman or a man when they get divorced, or there's nothing worse when someone is battling financially, or there's nothing worse when someone is ill, or there's nothing worse when there's been a trauma. And you rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind, play. And when you rewind, play in negativity, you are going to take it into the next moment, to the next moment, to the next moment, to the next day, to the next few days, to the next week, to the next month, to the next year. And it's just a rewind play. It just goes round and round. You know, they talk about that hamster wheel. It just goes round and round and round. I just want to mute anyone who's in the meeting. If anyone can see themselves unmuted, if you could just mute.
Ik hoop hulle gaan.
Who is unmuted? Okay, I think everyone's muted. So, where were we? Okay, So this old story, and you need to look at your stories now. What your present happiness is determined about how much of your old story you are carrying forward with you. How much you are constantly talking about an ache, a pain, an illness, finances, bills not being paid, bad relationships, sad stories, whatever. Whatever you are constantly talking about is creating what your life is now. So I decided to literally, I promise you, I walked, because I live in Cape Town, I'm very lucky, I walked down to the beach and I drew a line in the sand. You know, they say draw a line in the sand and make a decision. Well, I did. I drew a line in the sand and I decided that I was going to start in this moment a new story. And my story was going to be one of moving forward, of talking forward, of everything on a happy topic. I literally rewrote my reality, my story now, by starting to talk more positive things, positively, by listening to more positive people, by hanging around more positive people, by talking about not my aches and pains and not my old story, but by talking about my dreams and by talking about things I wanted to do and places I wanted to go to. And I started getting excited, even if it was just for a moment. I started getting excited in that moment. And what it did, and it becomes a habit of, it changed my frequency in that moment from the sadder feeling to a happier feeling. And when I did it more often, and I constantly looked for happier things, for better things, for good in people, for good in things. Now, I tell you this, and it might sound wishy-washy for all of you, but I'm not joking. It is fact. If you make a decision in changing, if you are so sick of your old story, and I was so sick of my old story, I was so sick of the same story year in and year out, I literally made a decision. And you guys here are on a call, or you're on the call here, but you are in a position now to make a absolute firm decision to say, you know what, I really could do with a better life. I could do with a better story. I could do with nicer, happier things in my life. Only you can make this decision. This is not a family collective thing. This is you as a person to just say, I'm going to make a new story in my life. And your body is the book. Your body is made up of energy. Your body is made up of a brain that can think, a heart that can feel, a mouth that can speak, and you've got body organs and hands and feet and things that all decide to do what they need to do according to a human form. But the frequency that your body is giving off, you can decide with some easy steps to have a frequency of negative or to have a frequency of positive. Now, I know that I did a slide for you, but let me figure out where my slide is. There we go. So, how do you change it? How do you consciously now change it? You make a decision that your old story is not serving you anymore. And you make a decision to write a new story. And a new story is made up of whatever you want to make it up of. I decided I was going to be happy. Now, the happy frequency, it sounds like a really happy word. The actual frequency of happy is so positive that by continually getting a habit of looking for happy and being happy in anything and everything that I did every day, it's like deciding that you're going to stop smoking, deciding that you're going to go to the gym, deciding that you're going to eat better, deciding that you all the practical things, the stuff that you can touch and feel, that you're going to do something. To become a dream machine of attracting what you want in your life, you have to have a frequency that is going to meet that dream. You cannot do it from an old stuck story. That is fact. And I've proven it. And there's a lot of stuff that I can give you to follow. There's a lot of stuff that I can put you in various groups and things with all of this. But the simple way to do it is every single day, throughout the day, when you remember, and put things, post-its up. I live with my emojis are my greatest friends. Emojis, I have got yellow. Anything yellow is my reminder. What is my frequency output? Am I putting a negative output? Am I putting a positive output? Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but it has to be a conscious decision of you saying enough is enough of the old stories. And I swear I had enough. I had an absolute enough. And what was I doing wrong? Why wasn't I cracking this code with everyone was earning a fortune, everyone was going on these wonderful holidays, everyone had these relationships, everyone had everything. And Susie here was like just skimming through the basics. And I thought, no, I want to, and I dream of the most amazing life, of traveling the world, of doing the most incredible things. And I'm going to make this happen. So I checked in every single day when I woke up. The first thing I did was I checked in on how I was feeling. The first thing I did was made sure that I was feeling something with a smile on my face, whether I even was hugging the pillow or the duvet. And I really kicked into gratitude of the good stuff that was in my life. And throughout my day, with whoever it was, if it was even an irritating person that came up to me, there was always something good to look for, whether I liked their shirt or their shoes, or whether they liked their back when they walked out the door. It didn't matter. I found something good in people, in places, in circumstances, and you can make it a daily habit. And you actually, if you're going to change your life completely to fit in with new wealth that is coming in, and wealth that can be so huge, wealth in relationships, wealth in money, wealth in health. It has to be, it will only come, wealth and abundance in anything is a positive frequency. And it's a lighter frequency. So you have to go and match it. You cannot expect to attract anything in your life good if you are sitting stuck in a hole. So my new story was a happy story that I started. And as I say, it's so simple, but it can be really, really interesting to try and adapt it into your life, because you just think, oh, back to the old story, back to the old. That old story wants to pull you. It wants to pull you. It wants to pull you. It wants to pull you. But I made a conscious decision and drew that line in the sand to say, I am not going back there. What can I do more and more and more every day, a little bit every day, to get me turning towards more positive things? Because if I frequent myself into happy, and I frequent myself into what I was speaking and to what energy frequency I was getting off, all I had to do, and all you have to do is look around you and see how your day is. All you have to do is look around you and see how your work day is, or how your day turns out, or that moment. So go to bite-sized chunks first. How do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite, little bit by bit. So moment by moment, check in. Am I positive? Am I negative? Did I be aware of, when you have an awareness of what your frequency output is, your life will change. Because if you can suddenly turn yourself away, and even if it is the deepest hole, You have to find something to change your thought to make you think happy. So they can be all sorts of things that make you think happy. You can think of, maybe you had a puppy. Maybe you've got a puppy that licks you all over the face. Maybe you've got a loved one that you just, the moment you think of them, your face smiles, your heart smiles. Maybe it's a moment when with a grandchild. Maybe it's a place you went to. Maybe you on your computer you can just quickly turn YouTube on and find laughing baby or something. Anything to shift you away from the negative. Because a negative thought, creates momentum, and so does a positive. And I made a decision that I was not allowing anybody or anything to steal my happy. I worked damn hard on it, hey guys. I worked damn hard on it. And I made that decision. So you've got to, if this tonight is something that you are, your old story is just old. You can write a whole new story. By looking for the good every day, in people, in places, in things, just look around you at all the beautiful things you actually do have you. And start changing your frequency by literally finding something happy, something that puts a smile on your face. From moment to moment will become a day that you really had a better day. Like, wow. And you lock onto that. And every day, nobody's saying you have to have a big happy storm that comes on you in one big go and then the next day is a bad day. It becomes a habit. It becomes a habit and creates momentum that I now wake up in the morning and I have a affirmation I say every morning. I have, and I literally wake up and I say, today is going to be the best day ever. I have a easy life of fun, flow, joy, and love. I'm tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. And I promise you, my days, every single day, because I have now created this frequency, is now only attracting the positive. Only attracting. And I've clearly got this, you know, when you walk into a room and you've just got, you can feel negative in the room. Well, we're not harping on that room. We're not going in that room anymore, but you know what I'm talking about in feeling. So you know what you like when you walk into a room and it just feels happy. People are happy to see you and what have you. That is what you're after. And you can create that. So I found thoughts. I put photos up. I found thoughts that would keep me happy. And the big thing that I did was I locked into yellow. And it was something so simple of looking for yellow cars. And I would find yellow cars. And the moment I saw a yellow car, I would make myself smile. I said, there's a yellow car. And then there was another yellow car. And then there was a yellow truck. Then there was a guy with a yellow shirt. Then there was a guy with a yellow hat. Then there was somebody with a yellow bicycle. And still to this day, everyone knows around me, if there's not an emoji, there's yellow, what have you. Yellow is the happy frequency. That's why emojis are yellow. That remind me to check in on my happy. And I'm passing that on to you because it's something that can be so simple. And when you change that frequency to happy, there is no doubt that you start seeing really amazingly happy things come in. And your only job is to work on your happy. When you give off a frequency of happy, an output of happy, your frequency actually embraces those around you who are not. And you can be detached with their unhappy. I don't get involved in people's dramas anymore. I don't. I can feel their pain. I can feel their sad, but it's not mine to own. My only job is my frequency and my happy. I'm more useful. It sounds incredibly selfish. And I had to deal with it as well, thinking I don't understand that. But when you realize we are energy, that my happy frequency will have more of an impact in a room of a lower frequency than it would if I lowered myself to a lower frequency. How can I make the room happy? How can I lift others up and make others happy if I lower myself down to their sadness? So when I realized that I had to lock into me, like really, my only job on this planet is to be the happiest frequency, that highest frequency of anyone else, then I'm useful to you all, because then I am just this, you give off, you give off happy. I know that people are happier after they've been with me. When I've been with a happy person, I'm happier. And it's fact. So every single morning, I want you, and throughout your days, and even from now on, find something that makes you feel happy, because energy is feeling. Find that frequency of feeling better in every moment. And when you find that frequency more often than not, and more often that you've been doing, you will find that things start shifting, like radically. Like suddenly you go out and somebody might say hello to you with a smile. Suddenly you might find a parking. Suddenly the traffic is easier. The boss doesn't shout at you. Maybe you feel healthier. You feel vibrant. And when you have this awareness of what you are feeling, because energy, as I said, is what we give off and what we are made of. In this session and with me, everything that I do has got to be, am I feeling positive or am I feeling negative? Not just, but like really consciously conscious of my feeling. Does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel sad? Is it right? Does it wrong? What am I feeling? And that feeling creates a ripple. It creates a vibration, and it creates momentum. And it gives you digestive juices to start dreaming again. It gives you digestive juices to start believing that, hey, why not dream about it? If it makes me feel good, why not? So start cutting pictures out. Start sticking them up. Go get that Ferrari picture that you always wanted, the Ferrari. Or go get the holiday destination of, I think I must have a ton of Maldives pictures like everywhere. Go get the picture. If it makes you feel happy to look at the picture, go get the picture. Put the car up. Put the trips up. Put the clothes up. Put the handbags, the shoes. Put the fishing rod. Keith, I know you've got a fishing rod in your dream board. Put the boat up. Put whatever you want to make you feel better. And it will create digestive juices and open that hose for you to start dreaming again. And when you do have a dream, a human being with a dream becomes unstoppable. It starts creating momentum of that you do want to get work done. You do attract positive people. You do want to get stuff done. You want to clean the garage out. You want to go for the walk on the beach. You want to go to gym. You want to eat proper. Your entire body changes. Your entire area, the space of you changes into something that actually wants to get going. And stop talking about your old story. The old story's gone. But the new stories, you can give your gist of, yes, this is who I am, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. But I'm on the way to absolute an amazing life. And it already has. It started, it's creating momentum. It's like that car going down the hill that's just starting, the brakes are gone, and you just pray that there's not a human being at the bottom of the hill that you're going to ride over, because that car is going. And only I have created it. Nobody pushed me from the top. I created it. And you can create it at all. But you have to make the decision first of all. You have to decide, is my old story serving me or not? How about a new story? And draw a line in the sand and say, right, I'm going to find in every moment, in every day, a good feeling again and again. Do it once and then do it again. And if it means you have to think of things or go look for things or whatever it may be, find a good feeling. So if someone literally comes to you and makes you upset or boss shouts at you or whatever, remember how you react is going to determine the rest of your day. So you can accept how they speak to you, but you can react differently. And you say, well, I'm not going to react in the negative they're expecting me to. I'm going, or it is a negative, but I'm not consciously aware that if I carry on that negative feeling, it's going to create momentum for the rest of my day. And the only time we reset our frequency is when we sleep. So you've got to start time to go and have a nap. Get the hell out of there. Sorry, boss, I need to go sleep. You've made me grumpy. It's not going to work so much. Go for a walk, but the main thing is your nightly sleep actually resets you. So you can start afresh tomorrow morning by consciously being aware of what frequency you're putting out. And you know, owning your happy, and happy is the new success story. Happy is the new story everyone's talking about. Does it make me happy? Does it make me sad? Does it make me feel good? Does it make me not feel good? Go for the feeling of good. When you go for the feeling of good, all the gates, all the doors, all the walls come down, everything opens up with the most incredible abundance that is out there for you in your business, in your relationships, in finance, in health. Positive vibrational body is exactly where you want to be, and you don't have to go and dig up all the old stories of what your trauma of your life. You don't have to dig that up anymore. You can decide right now to reset and say, I am going to think and I am going to feel, in the feeling, happier thoughts. And that frequency, I promise you, little by little bit, creates a reality of the most beautiful life ahead for you. My life has turned around 180. You can believe. I don't even want to say you can't believe, because that doesn't come into our language. You can believe the most amazing things that go on in my day. Like, it really is quite bizarre. And because I chose and I choose the happy frequency, which is an incredibly high frequency, as I said. So you will be able to dream big. You will be able to unlock your reality, your dreaming, and places you want to go to. You will be able to manifest those, but you have to get on the frequency of those places. Okay. I want to see if I actually got you another slide. Now that my slides are all going the wrong way. Okay. I'm going to end off with this one. So, your homework, not even homework. You know what? I can't tell you to write a new story. I can tell you that I wrote a new story and I'm writing a new story. I'm creating a reality that is so bizarrely different to what I came from for the past 50 years of my life. It is so different that I don't even recognize myself. People just look at me and they laugh. Like, I've so got out of society's old story by learning exactly that, to find my happy, to realize that I am an energetic being on this planet like you all are, and I'm choosing my frequency. In Cape Town here, we have a radio station called Smile Radio, and even when they do the news, they start off with a happy story. And so I urge you but only you can make that decision, is to look for the happy stories in your day. Look for a feeling of wellness. Look for a feeling of inner smiles in anything that you see. At the moment, up the mountain in Cape Town, in my neighborhood, there are these beautiful little yellow flowers everywhere. They're weeds, but you know, some people see them as weeds. I see them as yellow flowers. And they put a smile on my face, which creates a frequency which determines that moment into the next moment, into the next moment. And the next thing, the most beautiful things, all songs that I know come on the radio if I've got the radio on. The weather's magnificent. I've got front row parking. I've got sales on all sorts of groceries. If I go into the grocery store, I get a phone call from somebody who says, I want to do business with you. I get a message from a friend that I haven't spoken to for ages or so. I have an amazing day. I feel healthier. I might have had a sore throat the day before. I feel healthier. My reality is purely getting in the momentum of that happy vibration. And it works. I am proof of it. And there are a number of people in this call that I know it works for as well. It's a new story of how to get your success. It's a new story that actually is the older story. It's just that we got taught differently. Now we get to stand on our own 2 feet. We get to draw that line in the sand. We get to consciously be aware of what we are creating in our reality. And it's all frequency. And all the good stuff is on the happy side of that story. And all the old stuff, the heavy stuff, is on the negative side. So pick your frequency very carefully throughout your day. And if you're having a really crappy day, stop, take a deep breath, go stand outside. It's a lovely one that I do as well. Under the sun, breathe in some fresh air. Count to 10 if you have to. Think of something that can just make it a little easier, a little happier, a little happier, a little happier. It doesn't mean you have to go and just dump a big happy cloud on you. If you can, great. But it's just that little shift, 1 degree. 1 degree from something bad to something good completely changes your frequency, completely changes your moment into another moment, into a day, into a week, into a month, into a year, and into a life by design where all of those dreams that you had as a child and all of those dreams that you don't voice now as an adult because you think they'll never come true, you don't voice them. It's time to voice them. It's time to put yourself on the frequency of your dreams and then watch how your business will succeed. And then watch how your relationships will succeed. So every day, the first thing you've got to do is decide, do I really want a different story or do I can't force you to. I just know that I made the decision. And I know there are people on this call and I know a lot of people around me because my friendships and my relationships now are on my frequency. So do you think they're happy or they're sad? They're happy, absolutely. So every day now, consciously check you're happy. Consciously check the frequency your body is giving. Am I happy? Am I sad? And don't worry about the grumpy person next to you or behind you. Move away from them. It's your frequency. They're trying to magnet off you. Thank you for sharing, but I'm out of here. Bye. You know. And don't become attached to people that are negative around you. Just leave the room. Stay in your happy. Smile on the inside and nod grumpily to them if you have to. But you stay on your frequency. And as I said, then start dreaming. So one of the things that I've done, and I've got two groups going or working. I've got one with my friend Lindy, and I've got one with Joe, and I have 2 WhatsApp dream boards going. And basically, it's between 2 of us, so you can do it between you and other. And you know, on Facebook and on WhatsApp, you get all these people that send you pictures, and it might be of places, it might be of shoes, it might be of handbags, it might be of holidays, it might be of a car. So we're allowed to, we post. It's not a group for, there's no chit chat whatsoever. We literally, it's like cutting and pasting. Take the picture and share it to that WhatsApp group that I've got. So I've got the perfect piece, which is like a puzzle that I'm building with Lindy. And then Joe's and Maya's is called Everything is Possible. And I post, and he posts, and Lindy posts, and I post. I've got 2 separate ones. Places we want to go to, things we want to do, cars, clothes, shoes, gardens, anything. Even if there's a cushion you like. And start dreaming, guys. Find a partner to have a WhatsApp group with. No comments, no thumbs up, no chit chat. You can do that on your normal. Give it a name and start looking for pictures that are on the WhatsApps and Facebooks or on your devices that is easy just to share. How do you share external, whatever you do, or copy the picture and paste it. I have had such fun doing this. And I've been doing it now with Lindy for about 3 years. And then Joe and I started one this year. And I promise you, it gets your digestive juices going. It ups your frequency just by even looking at the pictures. And now things are starting to come true, places, and we can start ticking it off because I'm in that frequency, because Joe's in that frequency, because Lindy's in that frequency. And because you know what? I have worked damn hard in being happy. It's a really hard topic to be happy about. Okay? Stay happy. Own your happy. Start dreaming. Create your WhatsApp groups. And every Thursday evening, I will be running my back to basics with all the little hints that I have learned along the way to give me this amazing, amazing, amazing life of manifesting, of literally being. I am being me. I'm being me. I'm being happy. I'm being, and I cannot believe, I can believe all the doors that have opened up and all the abundance that's coming in and all the success that's coming in and everything that I ever dreamed of, but I couldn't do it in my old story. So on that note, your only aim after this call, the only aim is to be happy. And when you find that happiness little by little by little by little, I would love feedback from you of the little stuff, the good stuff that's happening. And this is something that you really have to be so selfish about. So selfish with your frequency, because it will ripple on others. Don't let that frequency tamper with your happy. This happy frequency is your oxygen for a new life. And it may sound ridiculous, but it's true. Absolutely true. And I've created a whole new life because of this happy oxygen. And I promise you, there's no ways I can go back. I know too much now in happy space. And it creates momentum, but it is a habit. And I really, really, really hope that you try it. If you're tired of your old story, only you can write a new story. Nobody can, I can't do it for you. Nobody can do it for you except you. So that is all I need to say at the moment. Does anybody have anything they would like to say? And I'm actually going to take a photo of the screen so that I can see everyone is on the call. And then we can see if we have a prize winner. Who wants to say something? Joe, do you want to say something?
Hey Joe, it's Merle Finn here. Just want to say thank you for that wonderful insight, and definitely I so agree with you that what you put out there, if you put out joy and, as you say, happiness, you definitely experience that, and the opposite as well. If you put out sadness and negativity, then guess what? That's the path that you're going to walk on. So, and thank you so much. It just reaffirms the journey that I've begun as well. And so I'm so happy that I could have actually sat and listened to your story.
Awesome.
There's a lot of parallels between our journeys. So yeah, just keep going and keep sharing and spreading the good news.
Woo-hoo!
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yay! More happy.
Awesome. Thanks, Susie.
Thank
You're a
you.
gem.
Oh, fantastic. Yay, yay, yay. You know, I'm so passionate about this. And, you know, I don't want to direct personal development to a book. I want to do it with life experiences. And I've really done such a 180 in my life. And I'm so glad. And the more of us that tell our happy story and our new story, the more people will come along with their new stories. And so I've got a whole lot of stories coming.
Well, let's hear
There's
it.
a whole lot of
I hope to join you. Maybe we can have a call together, a session together.
Absolutely. That's the aim, to bring everybody into it. So anyone who wants to put their hands up, please. I don't want to do this on my own, but I'm Yay!
You're going to go on mute.
God bless you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Okay, who else has got anything to say? What's that? Oh, yes, I know. Okay, full moon. What do we got here? Joe, I haven't forgotten. Promise. Thank you, Susie. Happy full moon, everyone. Yes, absolutely. By the way, that will make you happy. Every single one of you, hopefully, who haven't, even if you have got clouds, there's still a moon behind there. Go outside and do a moon dance and just flip and find some happy and make a wish. It's a new moon to let go of everything that's not serving you. Just let it go. Say, everything that's not serving me, let it go. Inviting a whole new story in. Brigitte, hello.
And there's a smile on the moon.
There's a smile on the moon. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I need to find out if anyone in particular invited, have anyone got guests on here? Who's guests of whose? Kerry, do you know if you invited anyone here? Keith, did you invite anyone? Kerry, have you? And how many people have you invited that are on this call? I have a prize.
I have Julie here.
Judy, there's Judy. I can see Judy. Awesome. Shane, Brigitte, are you sick? Or we just been for a massage?
We are cold here in Natal. It's freezing.
Oh my
I
word.
have my layers. It's layers.
Layers. Awesome. Stay in bed. We can work from bed. Okay. So Lorna's got Tyra and Merle to everyone. Kerry's got, I'm trying to find out who's got who here. I've got Joe, but I don't need Okay, one person, Kerry Lalita. I invited Tyra and Merle. Brigitte, are they both on the line? Merle? Tyra and Merle. Are they both on the line, Brigitte?
Yeah.
Me, I have
Oh, there
Judy
you
on the
are.
line.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, so
Judy is there.
Judy's there. So it looks like our winner tonight, sorry, Kerry, would have to be, who we got here? Hi, Brigitte. So Lorna, have you invited Tyra and Merle? Is that true? Is that right?
They're sitting around here with me.
Fantastic. So how would you like a prize tonight?
Woohoo!
We love it.
Do you know what it is?
I have no idea.
Okay, hold on a sec. Joe's going to tell you, but I'm going to go and get mine quickly. Hold on a sec. Where are you based?
Green Doves, right? Close by Bridget.
Okay, so we have to try and get it to Durban. All right, hold on a sec. Joe's going to tell you
Open up
exactly.
your camera. Open up your camera.
Wow, got my pajamas on.
Pajamas on.
Pajama party.
No, you don't want to see that. No, you don't.
So does my daughter.
Okay, keep it above the head. I mean, above the.
Okay, let's do that. Wait, let's do that. Above the head.
There, Joe, I'm going to unmute you.
Aha!
Okay, lower it. I need to see your head.
Just do my teacups in the kitchen.
Funny. So congratulations! You have won an abundance pyramid. And
Okay.
an abundance pyramid is a pyramid that's layered with grids of crystals that give off the frequency of abundance.
All right, cool, yeah. Awesome. Appreciate that. Wow, check that out.
Yeah, it
All
is
the
amazing. It is
Thanks,
amazing.
guys.
Joe, thank you. Joe builds these amazing energy tools or creates them from his business, the Shaman Tool Shop.
Wow.
And I've got this, and it is full of crystals.
Mhm.
And it's going to because it's energy, it gives off a frequency, and that's your
Oh,
abundance
yeah.
frequency. And it is so beautifully made, but this is
Wow.
my one.
Wow, that is
My
amazing.
one. So I'll need you to send me an address. I just need to see who's coming. Oh, who's coming from Durban next week? I could probably send it back with someone from who's here
That'd
for
be
the
awesome.
function next week. But we'll make a plan and get it to you. And it comes with a little leaflet and everything. And Joe will do it all up. He'll bring it down to Cape Town next week when he arrives. And it is so beautiful. So we'll it'll bring you lots of abundance, first of all, in
Yeah.
happiness.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
All right, that's awesome.
You'll be happy.
Okay.
You'll be happy to know that if you haven't invited enough people tonight,
Yeah.
we will be having another pyramid. Probably we'll talk about it. It'll be another pyramid because there's a couple, love pyramid or another abundance pyramid that you could connect with. And the way these work is through energy entrainment. So the crystals give off a frequency. You yourself tap into that frequency and you start vibrating into the frequency of abundance.
Thank you. Much appreciated, guys.
Yay!
All right, yes.
This is the happy channel.
There you go. Tell me about it. Loving it.
Exactly.
Loving it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, and you guys, thank you. Well done and awesome. I'm so glad you pitched, and I'll put the recording out tomorrow.
Thanks.
Share it with your teams, and next Thursday is a date again. And every Thursday night, I'm going to add more into the happy story of the different tips and things, because you can fast track your abundance. You can fast track activating your dream. It's only up to you now. Nobody else can do it except you. And I'm absolutely delighted to share my story en route for you to finding your happy and changing your entire story and life and existence. So awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So on that, have an amazing evening, everyone, and we'll see you next week on this
Thanks, Joe.
and you have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.